Good morning. Hi, Helen Davis here from Blended Therapy on another Monday morning. Sorry, let's see if I can make myself a little bit more in the sunlight. How was your weekend? Do you have weekends these days? Or does every day seem similar? I'm having weekends. In fact, I'm having longer weekends because what I'm finding is that the more I slow down, the more I need to slow down. So I am still working, as many of you know, but I'm having to make more and more time to not work. And as always, my comments come with a caveat that I realise how lucky I am to be in this position, and I know there are many people who don't have the opportunity to decide how much they do or don't work, who don't have the opportunity to slow down when they need to. There's a post that's been going around Facebook recently which speaks to this, which you may have seen, which starts, "We're not all in the same boat. But we are all in the same storm." Hi, Bradley. And I think that's something that we all need to be and probably are mindful of all the time. Hi, Kathy. So yes, everybody's in a different situation, and all I can do in these videos, these morning meditations, is talk to where I am and trust that maybe my words have relevance for you. And if they don't, then please, I understand that completely. But where I am, I had a conversation with somebody at the end of last week when she said, "When do you ever see anyone on Facebook who says, 'Today I did absolutely nothing'?" Hi, Helen. So yeah, exactly. We all know that people go on Facebook and show the amazing things they made, things they created, achievements they had, walks they took. But if we have a day where we do absolutely nothing, we don't tend to go out there and boast about it, or even just share it without being boastful. But right now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you that on Saturday, I did virtually nothing. I woke up on Saturday and I couldn't get out of bed because I didn't feel well, not because I felt depressed, but I just knew I didn't want to get out of bed. I just wanted to rest. And so I did. And I got up a couple of hours later and had some breakfast, thought about it for a moment, went back to bed. Got up a few hours after that and had some lunch, thought about it, went back to bed. And at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon, I got out of bed and I put on a vague semblance of proper clothes and I went for a walk because I have a dog and I felt responsible to her, and I also thought the fresh air would be helpful, and it was lovely. And I then stayed up for another hour or two and had some food, and then I went back to bed. And that was my Saturday. And it did me so much good, because one thing I've realised, as many of you know, I have migraines. I get chronic migraines. Not nearly as often as I used to, but I still do. And I actually said to someone the other day, the only time I go to bed really is when I have a migraine. And it just hit me. So of course I get migraines, because if that's the only time that will allow me to go to bed and rest when I need to, then my body's going to keep giving me headaches until I start listening. So this morning, I'm here to remind you about the importance of resting. In fact, I know I am not the only person who is finding that they are needing to rest more often during this time. And it's really easy to let our heads come in and our logic come in and go, "But I'm not doing anything. I should be doing more." But actually, maybe at long last, we are allowing ourselves to slow down and to listen to our bodies and to hear that we desperately crave rest. And if you have the opportunity to take the time to rest, whether that's going to bed for half an hour or 2 hours every day after lunch, or some days after lunch, whether it's taking a whole day like I did on Saturday to just rest. And I really did rest. I wasn't reading, I was barely even listening to the radio. I just dozed in and out of sleep all day, and it was wonderful. And if the only rest you can find in your day is these 15 minutes sitting with me, then treat it as a luxury. Enjoy every moment. Allow your body to be. So with that, let's do exactly that. Let's come into our bodies. Take a moment to feel into your body. Really be aware of your body from the inside. Feel your feet resting into the ground or whatever they're resting on. Feel your sitting bones resting down. Feel your breath coming in through your nostrils, expanding those parts of your body that expand on the inhalation, and then resting back. Really be with that feeling of the breath coming into the body. Be with the resting of the body, the weight of the body into the ground, into the chair, into the floor, into whatever you're sitting on. And as you rest into whatever is supporting your body, whatever gravity is taking you down into, the more you allow that feeling of resting down, the more maybe you can start to find a sense of connecting, of engaging with the surface, with the ground, and ultimately with the earth underneath, whether that's just a few inches below you if you're on the ground floor, or whether you're further up, in a bit higher up in a building and feeling down through the foundations of that building to the earth that is supporting the building, supporting the floor that you're resting on, supporting your body. And let the breath come and go. Almost as if you were being breathed. Not having to do anything. Taking these few minutes of stillness, of internal silence. And if it's helpful for you during this time to ask a question of yourself, then take this opportunity to do so. Maybe as simple as, what do I need today? Maybe a gentle inquiry about what would make you feel truly happy today. Maybe a different question entirely. But if a question comes up for you, ask it. Let it rest in your heart. And bring your awareness back to your breath. And if, like me, you can hear the sounds of my dog resting, getting comfortable, use that if it helps you as inspiration for what it really means to rest, to let go. And maybe you can find the awareness that we can rest whilst sitting, we can rest inside, we can rest the mind, even while the body is alive and awake enough to support us in an upright position. And that doing so maybe helps us to feel our way into whether total physical rest is what we need right now. And maybe it is, and maybe it isn't. And maybe what your body needs today is to move. Whether, like me, you're lucky enough to be able to walk in the beautiful countryside, whether your walking takes you simply round the block in your city, whether your movement feels better as putting on your favourite music and dancing as long and as hard as you can. Whether you want to move through an online yoga class, whatever it means to you. But if that's what you feel that you need to do, just check first with yourself whether movement or rest is what you need most today. And whenever your mind goes off, maybe analysing what you think the answer to that question should be, simply notice where it's gone. Let it go and come back to your breath. Feeling yourself being breathed with the rhythm of the universe. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Whatever your day looks like today, whether it's movement or rest, sound or silence, whether your rest will need to be programmed and planned in advance, whatever it looks like, I invite you to do whatever your body needs. And I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.